Recorded. We are being recorded now. So, welcome to our Remax Realty Expert series. We have the one and only Holly Browning Nutter. She has a new hyphenated last name, all fancy. But Holly is incredible. And if you haven't got a chance to meet her yet, do whatever you can to get to her before she leaves for Louisiana tomorrow. But Holly really knows how to work her sphere of influence. She does an incredible job, and she is here to help teach us how to effectively work your sphere of influence. Holly has called in on her phone, so the audio is a little bit different, but give her attention. I'm going to put a spotlight on her camera. I believe it's already spotlighted. So Holly, you may take it away.
Thank you all, and thanks for hopping on here. There are so many people, experienced agents in this office that can give you all their pointers. This is just 20 years of what I have done and gone to classes and R4, which is the REMAX convention, and mastermind groups at the office. So some of these ideas I have taken from other people, well, all of them, or learn in the class or whatever. And hi, Cassie. And so, you know, you kind of have to figure out what works for you. And I used to teach all of the new agents here. I mentored. And so this was a little class kind of that I did for them. So some of it is about saving money, which especially in this weird market, we all need to do. So just know that some of these things are costly, but you have to spend, I think I'm muted. Paul muted me. Oh, okay, I'm unmuted.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. So some of these things do cost money, but you have to spend money to make money in this business. So first of all, social media is one of the most effective sources to stay in contact with your sphere and people who may not be in your sphere, but you want to reach out to. So Paul, of course, is the master of that. So I'm not even going to begin to touch on that because I know he teaches classes constantly on that. And REMAX offers so many sources and classes in itself for you to take advantage of that. And I'll be real honest, I'm not the best at keeping up with it, but I try. And I, every year, pick up clients off of just, Paul taught a class last year and wanted us to do a video a day for 30 days. And unfortunately, within like 3 days, COVID shut everything down. Now, I still did those videos, probably, I'm sure I didn't do 30 days, but about day 5, I did my video and an agent did not show up for an appointment in my neighborhood, and I happened to have done a video on my neighborhood and hashtagged and tagged and blah, blah, blah. So when this person needed an agent, they Googled and I popped up first because I had just done a video and shared it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you know, the whole bit. And that was Paul. So I ended up making roughly $10,000 off that sale, and I would have never had it had I not done those videos. So that just shows you some of, and there's a million stories like that, but that just shows you those can work for you if you do them and keep up with that. And Facebook ads, I get tons of calls off Facebook ads with my listing. I don't get as many for just a generic post, but that's not to say you won't, but try to make it thought-provoking and informative, whether it's about a mortgage program that just came out, back when the welcome home funds are released at the beginning of March, I believe, I did a big Facebook ad, and I picked up 2 or 3 first-time homebuyer clients who wanted that welcome home fund. And all I did was share the information, and I probably got 80 messages about it, but 9/10 of those people weren't qualified, but some were. So I called a mortgage officer who dealt with welcome home funds and just warned them, hey, I'm giving your name and number out. Please respond quickly. And it worked. So you don't have to be spending money. You just have to be informed if you're doing social media. You may even do a post about a neighborhood, and you can talk and show you how to refine it so that just the people in that area get that ad. So for social media, that's one way. Pop buys are another source, and Jenny Hukel and Brenda Ayotte, Crystal Nichols, all those people, that's really one of my favorite ways to connect, and they are all so good at ideas. So every once in a while, I'll post an idea on Facebook if I just come up with a really inexpensive, good pop buy idea. And the Dollar Tree, of course, is your favorite. But one of the things I wanted to talk about too, especially for newer agents, is figuring out your sphere of influence, who belongs on that list, and dividing them up into your A, B, and C clients. A clients are people that if they overheard someone talking about needing a realtor, they're going to go, hey, I have a great one. Your B client would give out your name and number if someone requested a realtor, but they're not going to just push you without request. Your C clients are people who would use you, but are not going to refer you out. So they may just be introverts or not refer people, for whatever reason. So your A clients are obviously the ones that you want to be most in touch with. And those are going to be your pop by people, your calls, your personal notes, things like that. You want to strive really hard to move your B clients to your A clients. So same thing, but you can't do pop buys to 200 people unless you're just, you can, but one, you're not going to get a great return. It ends up being overwhelming and you don't end up doing it. So you really want to try to whittle your list to about 25 to 50 people. And as you're in the business longer, you will start to see who those people are. But one of the important things about staying in touch with your sphere is I got a call yesterday from a husband of someone that I know. I've never sold them property. And the first thing he said was, our son needs to sell his condo immediately. And I know 2 other agents, but I can't remember their names, so I don't know how to get a hold of them. We used him years ago. He was great. He's a friend of so-and-so, but my wife said, you're a good realtor, so I called you. So if those realtors had stayed in touch with him, they would be getting this listing instead of me. So I'm glad I got it, but again, that's why you want to stay in contact. Even if you sold them a house 10 years ago, you never know when they're going to come back around either to buy or sell or to refer somebody. The other thing is the RE/MAX One app. I am just starting to get into that, but I know Christy, I think, has had some really good luck with it. And so that's another way. It does cost a little bit of money, but from what I understand, it's a great way of figuring out who you need to be in contact with. So pop buys, for instance, 4th of July, I did a little pop buy with some 4th of July themed items. Did not spend a lot of money, and that's not what matters. What matters is that you thought of them. So I dropped off glow sticks and sparklers and just some cute flag. But you can even get on Pinterest and get a million pop-by ideas. The important part of it is that you keep track of who you're dropping by, write a personal note or even a pre-printed note so that they know it's from you, and don't expect that you're going to get a call, a text, a thank you, but just know that, because I don't call and text everybody who sends me something, but it does matter. So just know that all these things, you may not hear back from somebody, but it does matter. One of the things that I have done in the past, and I'll just hold this up because this is from a class I taught, are these pop-by boxes. If you wanted to walk your neighborhood, this is the, Greg the Candy Box guy is on Facebook. And I have these for open houses, and I have done them and dropped them by my clients, and it walks my neighborhood. And you can get all themes, anything theme that you want, I promise you he can do or has done. I think they are like, I mean, they're not cheap. They're probably $1 a piece. And I put like taffy or Jolly Ranchers, whatever, and drop them by. But some of them ask for referrals. Some of them, just all kinds of things. Offering a free CMA of their house if you did your neighborhood. Next are personalized cards. I handwrite more cards to my sphere than anything else that I do. And everyone opens a handwritten card unless they're just a psychopath, I guess. So even if you have bad handwriting or you don't know what to say, I just handwrite a note. I get on Facebook every day and look at what is going on with my friends. You may drop a comment, but if you see anything big in their life going on, you want to handwrite them a note and send it immediately. I drop a card in the mail, my business card in the mail with it, and never mention per se asking for anything, but with the business card, that's kind of given. I go to the Dollar Tree, has Hallmark cards for 50 cents a piece for all the major holidays. So for Mother's Day, I wrote a card to all of my mothers in my sphere. So I think I wrote, 125 Mother's Day cards, because not everybody's a mother. I did Father's Day cards. I did Nurses Week. I just go over there and see whatever the theme coming up, graduation cards, whatever, for 50 cents and then a stamp. It is well worth it. And those, I get the most response off of those type cards. So birthday, if you get your clients' birthdays, that's a great way. And then, of course, once you close on a property, you want to send a card. One, you want to check in within a week. Hey, how's it going? Any problems? This is the worst call because you're going to hear all the problems they discovered in the house since they closed. You don't want to try to fix it all, but you can refer them out to contractors, whatever, try to help them work through it. Reach out in 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, and a year. The office offers a program that can handle that. If you want to do that when you close, just let Kim or Melissa know. I'm not sure who's in charge of that, but they will do that for you for a small fee. And I think they reach out up to like 5 years. So that's a fantastic way. End of the year, you want to get your closing statement, and Kim can do that. It's a small fee, very small fee. Mail that to all of your closed clients for the year. They can use the statement that they've probably already lost for their taxes, but it's just another way to reach out. And if you all have any questions, please stop me. I know I'm kind of going through this, but there's a lot of information. So if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me at any time. Client parties. This has been a halt since COVID, but it is the best way to get your clients all together, and they all talk about how great you are and how much they love you, because no one's going to show up that didn't like you. So I have done a more adult party at the bowling alley, and I did not buy alcohol, but people went and got pitchers of beer. I supplied pizza and bowling and shoes. And if you go to Southland Bowling, they have gift cards you can buy in advance for a very discounted price. So I think it cost me about $300, and I had about 60 clients there. And with pizza, soda, I got a mortgage company to donate a couple gift cards and cookies. And the cookies were done and said thank you. So I did not pay for that. But the total of the bowling, shoes, pizza, I pre-bought those gift cards at a discounted rate, and it cost me about $300. Another idea I did with kids was Crystal Nichols, Jenny Hukel, and I went together and rented a theater out. So we just rented the whole theater for when the Grinch cartoon came out, and they let us set a table up in the theater lobby. And if you do the matinee ticket, it's much cheaper. And we just picked, of course, it was at Christmas, we picked up the Grinch. And we did not rent the whole theater. We just bought all the tickets for that theater, because they charge you like $75 extra to rent the theater when you can just buy all the tickets for the theater. So like I'm getting ready to do one for the Jungle Cruise, and it'll be my first client appreciation, but the Jungle Cruise is coming out from Disney at the end of the month. And I did little goodie bags. I did not buy all of their drinks and popcorn. I just provided the ticket, and I did a little goodie bag. So any of those, people have, again, a million ideas for client parties, but you need to, especially if you have, say, only sold 10 or 20 houses, that's a fantastic time to do one, because it's not going to cost you a lot, but it's a great time to get everyone together and ask for referrals. Hey, thanks for coming. Thank you for using me. If you all know anybody who needs to buy or sell, please let me know, or if I can help you. So just get together with another agent that you're friends with, or that you all work similarly, and you can do those together, because there is nothing more frightening than the thought of holding a client appreciation party and no one show up, or 5 people show up. So I've never done one by myself. I always do it with other agents. So the bowling party, I did it with another friend. I was at a different office, and so I just got a friend there, and we did it together. And she only had maybe 20 clients show up, and I had like 60. So no one knew whose clients were whose. So it just looked like we both had a ton of people show up. So looks like Caitlin would like to connect. So if anybody has, I think there's a couple more kiddie movies coming out. Christmas break is a fantastic time to do it if you need a couple months to get it together. And I just have the office put together a little movie ticket invitation. And then if they did not RSVP, they did not get to show up. You had to let me know in advance. So there's that. Again, any more questions, or if you want ideas, always reach out, because we have a million. Monthly mailings are great if you go through a service, or, some of the postcard companies print really like Vistaprint, super, super inexpensive cards, but the price of mailing is pretty expensive. So if you're not going to go do bulk mailing at the post office, or you can go through some of the companies and they'll do it for you, that is a pretty expensive way, and you can get a better return on investment with some other things. So I know that some people have done the send out cards that have recipes and things and had a great return on those. But personal notes to me go much further than just a generic postcard. And if you are going to do a special mailing, like of maybe you've sold 3 houses in a neighborhood, do the great big postcard. It's more expensive, but if they're going to see this, they're going to read it, versus this, they're going to throw it in the garbage. Personal notes, I will pick some clients that I know live in a pretty busy neighborhood and send them a CMA on their home, even though they didn't request it. Because like the condo that I'm going to list, he is only selling because the market is so crazy. He knows he wants to buy a house next year when he gets married. So he's going to rent for the next year and make the money on, I mean, he's going to make $15,000 probably, and he's only lived there a year. Yes, he'll pay capital gains, but that's not my business. So he knows he's going to make quite a bit of money versus selling next year, but he's going to wait to buy till the market is not so crazy. So he didn't know he was going to sell until someone told him how much those condos are going for. And so if you know of a neighborhood, say you've got somebody in Copperfield, that place is popping right now, you might send all your clients or friends or sphere that live in Copperfield a CMA with a note. Hey, I know you didn't ask me for it, but just in case you want to know what was going on in your neighborhood, here you go. And I have done it for entire neighborhoods, but that's not this class. This is about sphere, and that's called farming. So we're not going to go there. So what I do is I try to choose 5 clients every day to write a note to. You could pick your mother. It doesn't matter. Pick 5 people in your sphere. Doesn't have to be somebody that bought or sold for you. Hey, just thinking about you. Hope everything is going well. If you know any, I'm working on my business. This market is crazy. If you know anybody who you think may need my services, please send them my way. Have a great day, Holly. No big deal. I'm trying to come up with a card right now because I just got married, and having the same last name for 25 years and business 20 years with it, I'm trying to figure out how to slowly move over to my new name. So I'm trying to come up with a postcard, new name, same great service, whatever, and I'll be hitting my sphere up with that like every month or two till people get used to it, because Lord knows I want to get rid of that old last name. Some of the things you can do right now that my clients love and actually have requested, and my dad is the worst, where is it, why haven't you sent it, is the football schedules. Has anybody done the schedules or calendars? These I will find in my client's home when I go to list a house. They'll have 5 of these stuck up from every season. And then I also do the basketball schedules. And so they'll have football, basketball, I don't know where I put them, but they'll have several calendars and schedules on their refrigerator. Now, sad to say, I've gone to list houses and other agents' calendars and schedules were on their refrigerator. So I pull those down when I go to list a house. But these are not super duper expensive. I like the ones printed with my information versus the peel and stick, but I've done those as well if that's your choice. I mean, if that's all you got. The calendars at the end of the year are great to send for the new year because you can use those as your Christmas card or a New Year's card, and that's a great way to reach out to your sphere with something they will keep up for the year, but also work as your Christmas card. And you can personalize the little notes that go in the envelope and all that. Now these, the football will stay up till November. And then by then I'll have my basketball schedule sent. So if they take this down, they'll immediately put up the basketball schedule. So at least you hit like 8 or 9 months of the year with that. The other thing on Facebook, the people that make the magazine, and I'm so sorry I don't have the name in front of me, but I can look it up. They do these free ideas probably once a month, and you can download and print these postcards. And this is just an example of one. I know it's backwards, but it says, roses are red, violets are blue, looking for real estate help, I'm here to assist you. You attach a little candy, chocolate heart or whatever, and then your business card. And I print these on postcard paper and put them in an envelope and send them, or you can put them in a little bag and stick them on front doors. So this company, they make the magazine that you can subscribe to, but they give you this free stuff trying to get your business. So free is always good. Let's see. Phone calls and texts. Everybody hates getting phone calls and texts that are not expected or soliciting business. We all know as realtors, I get 50 million a week. So I recommend having a reason to call or text, but I don't know about you all, but I really consider a lot of my clients friends. So if I text one of them out of the blue, they're not going, oh my God, she wants something or is going to sell me something. I just reach out, and again, not asking for anything, but hey, just checking in on you. How's that? Whatever. Did you get that door fixed? Or are you loving that new deck? Summer's here. You had such a great yard. Is it turning out well like you thought? Whatever. They may ignore you if they're busy, but most of them just respond back, hey, great to hear from you. Everything's fine. We love the house. Thanks so much for your service. Great. If you know anybody else that needs me, please let them know. Talk to you later. Bye. So Fly Dial is a service that I don't do all of my clients with the same message because I find that very impersonal and I hate getting those. But if you don't want to actually talk to your client, you can use an app called Fly Dial and leave them, it goes straight to their voicemail. Leave them a message. Hey, sorry, I missed you. They don't even know you didn't really call them. Hope everything's going well. Let me know if I can help with anything. So that's, I think they let you send 50 at once. Now that is good if it's a holiday. If you want to send a Fly Dial to 50 people on Mother's Day, hey, you don't have to say their name. It's Holly. Just wanted to check in and say Happy Mother's Day. If you need anything, let me know. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye. And that's it. Do always make sure that you're with RE/MAX Elite so that they know that you, oh yeah, that's my realtor. Because if you're like me, you go, how do I know this person and who the heck are they? So, hey, it's Holly with RE/MAX Elite, your favorite realtor. Just wanted to reach out and say Happy Mother's Day. If you need anything, let me know. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye. So that's it. Let's see. Kim, of course, does that little calendar every month that every day says what day it is, like if it's National Ice Cream Day, if it's, whatever. Every day there's something. So you can get from Baskin Robbins some really inexpensive ice cream coupons during the holidays, and I try to post these on Facebook when I find them. Wendy's does at Halloween like 5 Frosties for $1. So you're paying 20 cents for a free Frosty coupon, and you get a whole book of them. And I'll go buy like 20 books and drop off free Frosty coupons in a little Halloween bag to all my clients' kids. And just a little note, have a great Halloween, whatever, or send them in one of those cards that I get from the Dollar Tree for 50 cents. So just kind of pay attention when you go to Wendy's is great about it, Baskin Robbins. Find whatever holiday it is, and you may do a Popeyes National Kiss Day, and you drop off Hershey Kisses or whatever. So she does that calendar for you all. And then I have this, and I can send it to anybody that's interested, but it is a schedule of letters. And again, I know it's backwards, but like week 1, it's sweet success, like it's just all these themes, feeling good, how to pay off your mortgage, just little things that, sorry, my phone starts ringing, little ideas of what you can send to your clients. The most important thing when you do a mailing is either it's a personal card or it is an item of value. Just a generic postcard advertising yourself gives no value whatsoever. So whether it's the mortgage rate, or a CMA of the neighborhood, or an ice cream gift card, have a value, and your information and your knowledge is value. So if it's just an offer of a free CMA on their home, or a free pop by and help them stage it, or something that doesn't take a lot of time, but it's knowledge that you have gotten from working in the industry and knowing what's going on in the market. So you could send a postcard and say, hey, I know the market is crazy, or note, whatever. I know the market is crazy. If you'd ever like to sit down and talk about it, hit me up and I'd love to take you for coffee. So any of those things, you can spend as much or as little. I recommend little, because if you're going to really work your sphere, you need to be able to reach more people. I have probably my number one client is a nurse I met years and years ago, brand new nurse. She was actually a referral from another agent in our office that was too busy to take her. He was just spending like $120,000, and this particular agent works well above that. And I was like, sure, I'll take her. And she has, at last count, referred to me probably about $4 million between all the other little first, new nurses. Her parents have bought a house. I mean, I have all the first 5 nurses that I sold $120,000, $130,000 houses. Last summer, all 5 of them bought $350,000 because now they're married and have a baby. So her birthday and my birthday are 3 days apart. So every year without fail, we meet at Palmer's, sit on the patio, and have our birthday dinner together. Now, she's not moving. She moved last summer, but she's probably not moving for years, if ever again. But I will never forget her birthday, one, because it's close to mine, but I will always offer the birthday dinner. And sometimes some of those other clients come and sometimes they don't. But even if it's just she and I, once a year, we have a special dinner together. So it might cost me $50 or $60, but $4 million in sales, it's done me well. So it's worth it. So some of those clients you're going to take and do some extra special things for. But yeah, so I will open it up and, oh, I see. Very good. See, the calendar was right on the fridge. And used to, the board of realtors, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to buy the calendars in bulk, and you could just buy a box and add your business card to them. So you may check on that. Preston's giving me a hard time, sorry. But does anyone have any questions? You can unmute yourself, and if you have, I know I kind of ran through that kind of quick, but I don't want to talk your whole day. Yeah.
So first, I'll admit, whenever I first heard about Popeyes, it was Jenny Huckel, and I thought she was saying Popeyes. So I thought she was taking all of her clients.
No.
And so I was like, man, like, this lady's clients love chicken. What's What's been your most well-received pop by?
At Christmas, I drop off a personalized Christmas ornament for everyone that bought a house from me that year. So sellers are harder to stay in touch with, but those buyers love that they bought their first house. I go to the front porch or somewhere that personalizes. I mean, you can buy them offline. I spend about $10 a person, and I drop off that ornament and a Christmas card. And those are highly well received. And then anything for your client's kids. So I do a back to school little kit for my client's kids. Again, Target, Dollar Tree, whatever. And I'll just put a little pencil bag together. No matter how old they are, they love it. And drop those off. And the kids just love it. You know, I put a couple pieces of candy and then pencils or whatever and spend maybe $2. But just the fact that you dropped them off and it's a little gift for them, the parents love it because, you know, they love their kids, and then the kids love it. So those are, you know, my very best well-received items. And the Mother's Day and the Father's Day cards cost me 50 cents plus a stamp. And people just could not believe I sent them a Mother's Day card, and I hand wrote a note to each person. So yeah, there you go. And I will get the letter. I'll probably post it on our Facebook page so that you all can just print it off. And I'll also download this for the whole packet I did, because it tells you who I used and just some stuff to follow along with in there. And again, don't overwhelm yourself. There are times, like I've been for the past 3 months, moving, getting married, the whole bit, and been so far removed that I am just kind of reacting, not being proactive. And that's okay. So I've slowed down a little bit, but I really needed to. So now I'm working on the postcard announcing my getting married, well, name change, but I made sure even through all of that to stay on Facebook and watch out what my friends and family were doing. Anything I could send a note. I had a client that had a baby and I had no idea she was pregnant. So I will drop off a baby gift for her. And she has bought and sold with me. I mean, I've known her since she was single. So we've been through many sales with her, and she has referred a lot of people to me. So I will most definitely be going to Target to buy a baby girl outfit, and I have 3 boys, so I'm thrilled to death to get to do it. And I will hand write a note and drop that off in her door. But she has 2 little boys who she's had since I have known her as a client, and took them gifts. So I will make sure to put in a little big brother gift as well. Even if it's a pack of suckers, I still make sure to acknowledge the older siblings. So there you go. Anyone else?
Hey, I was just going to throw out that if anybody ever has expecting clients, that you do get a discount at Baby Belly if you want to give them something. And I'm not going to lie, I used it to my advantage to get 2 houses under contract last month with the offer. They loved it.
Yep. People with kids, people that are pregnant, you know, Crystal's got a fantastic thing going over there. Even if you don't want to buy them the whole shebang, you can buy a gift card, because I don't know what the percentage is, but I bet most definitely a lot of people want to use. She owns Baby Belly Spa next door to us in Lexington, in case anybody did not know that. And they do those ultrasounds. And she also has other little things in her spa that they can pick up that help through pregnancy and baby gift items. So I need to rescind the Target thing and forgot I can run next door and buy baby gifts. So there you go. But yeah, that's a great, what she was referring to, she wrote in the offer, because she knew the sellers were pregnant, a free ultrasound at her spa, and that won the deal. So forget extra money. I'm telling you, when it's kids, pregnancy, whatever, people go nuts. So you can never do too much for the kids. That's why my client appreciation parties, I really try to gear towards the kids. But I mean, I have older clients who showed up at the Grinch cartoon that didn't even have grandkids with them. They just showed up. I had 2 or 3 couples that were older people. They just wanted to get out and watch a Christmas movie. So, and right now I did one movie during COVID. I rented the theater for $99 and you could have 20 people. And I rented it during a kids, they were showing old movies when there were no new ones coming out. And I rented the theater for $100 and invited 20 clients, well, myself and my kids, and then 20 or 15 or so clients that I knew were stuck home with their kids. So I think you can still even do that for a couple more months. So that's a great way too. If you only want to do a small portion of people, $100, older movie, but pick a kids movie, and you got a cheap client appreciation party. So there you go.
Now, that movie idea is great because if somebody that I worked with said, "Hey, I'm renting out a theater and I want you to come watch a movie," and I mean, I would just be over the moon. It may not even be a movie I care about, but that'd be. I feel.
Oh yeah, everybody. I mean, and I'm telling you, if they replay any Christmas movies or between Thanksgiving and Christmas, pick a Sunday afternoon. I did it at like 2 or 3 o'clock so people could come home from church. And again, they bought their own snacks and drinks if they wanted them. And I just provided the movie and people were crazy. And at Christmas, typically Cinemark does, if you buy X amount in gift cards, you get X amount free. So I bought, I don't know, $300 worth of tickets and I got several $20 gift cards to use after January. So I passed some of those along as gifts and then just use them with my own family. So even though I spent $300 or $400, again, Crystal did it with me and Jenny. So no one knew whose clients were whose. It just looked like we all had a huge turnout. And Jenny was newer and didn't have as many people. And Crystal was, you know, it just worked out well. So between us, I think we had 250 clients show up. So it was really fun. And we didn't stand in front of the crowd and speak. We just met them as they came in, handed them their ticket, and then they went on their merry way. But you got to see your clients. Some of them I hadn't seen in 10 years, but they came, showed up, and I could give them a hug and wish them Merry Christmas. So, and like right now with the weather being so good, you could have it at a park outside, rent one of the park, you know, little picnic table rooftop things for, I think, $100 and have a little party. You know, you don't have to provide dinner. You could just have a little party next to the park. So all kinds of ideas. If anybody, again, I'd love to share any ideas. So reach out anytime. I'm happy to sit down if you all want to meet and just sit down and come up with a calendar of ideas. But I'm just telling you, the Dollar Tree is your friend. If you want cards, if you want to send birthday cards, you could go by. And what I do is when I have a closing, I have a divider of each month of the year, and I do all my cards for January. I go ahead and drop it in, self-address the envelope, and then at the time, every month, pull out all the cards I need to send that month. So whether it's an anniversary card for a closing or a birthday card or whatever it may be, go ahead and put it in, and then at the beginning of the month, you can just pull them all out, write them, and drop them in the mail, and you finish for the month. So you can even do that if you want to do every day, pick your client. That way you know you're hitting each client and you're not repeating the same client over and over and over. You're hitting all of your clients. So anyway, if anybody has any questions, please shout out. If not, thank you all for listening, and I hope you got something out of it.
Are there any more questions before we wrap it up here? Nope. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Holly. This is really
You're
awesome.
welcome.
There was a ton of great information on here.
You know, I have 20 years of it, but again, you know, I learned from people like Crystal and Jenny and Brenda and Christy. I mean, just listen to what other people do. Everybody's happy to share ideas with you. So if you're stuck and it's August and you have no clue what you should send or do or whatever, look on the calendar that Kim sends, or just put on Facebook, hey, is anybody doing a pop by this month? Holidays are easy peasy. I mean, at Easter, I do the little card that says, have your peeps call my peeps. I stick a box of peeps on it, and I did that this year and hung it on their door and just said, hey, have your peeps call my peeps. If you know anybody buying or selling, I'd love to talk to them. And people love that idea, and it's peeps, you know, it's no big deal. So you can come up, and Pinterest, great place to get ideas. But again, think less expensive versus going overboard. Once or twice a year, do some really great thing. I know some people do pies at the holidays, and I think it was, one of our agents had them come to the office. Do you remember who did the pies?
It was a Tyann Whitworth.
Yeah, Tyann. She had let her clients pre-order like pumpkin, pecan, or apple, and then they had to run by here and pick them up. So she just stayed here for like 4 hours, and she did not deliver the pies. She went to Sam's and brought them here, and they had to come here. But again, face to face, give them a hug, wish them happy holidays, and that $8 or whatever she spent went a really long way. So anyway, well, thanks everyone. Have a good day. Again, reach out if you have any questions, and I appreciate you coming.
All right. Thank you so much, Holly. This is great. I appreciate everyone showing up. We'll get this posted later on Facebook, and we'll put it on our YouTube page. So it is there for you to go back and watch again. So yeah. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Bye.